Hey peeps, how we doing? How are we doing? So I think I should be live on Facebook, on YouTube, and Instagram. My Instagrammers are down here. How you doing? Rightio. Okay. So, oh, sorry. Okay. How are we doing? So today is E, okay? E of this alphabet through the month. We are looking at elbow grips today, okay? Elbow grips, and particularly we're going to do a pencil, but I'm going to show you how to prep for elbow grips. If you've never done elbow grips before, they can be quite pinchy when you first start. Like, oh my God, I'll never do it. You will, I promise. I used to feel the same way. They used to make me feel sick. But it will get better. It will get better. Hey, Elsa, how you doing? How you doing, Melissa? Hey, Alenzi? Same thing with Instagram. Doesn't tell me your names. It just tells me your usernames. It could be anything. Hey, Strong Fit Me. How you doing, guys? So elbow grips, all right? So like I said, can be pinchy, but I'm going to show you how to do an elbow grip pencil. However, I'm going to prep for it as well and do like an elbow grip skater, that kind of thing. Some easier versions to help you get started with elbow grips, okay? So show you what the move that we're looking at is. Okay? So like I said, elbows can be horrible when you first start them. But they do condition, like anything can pole. It just takes time and consistent in your training to do a little bit in often, okay? So every time you do training, just practice 1 or 2 elbow grips on each side, and then you'll find that over time, you'll do it again, you're like, oh, that didn't hurt, and then you'll be able to do like 2 or 3, and then you're like, oh, now it hurts, now I can practice. Does that make sense? And then you'll just be able to build upon that, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, I can do loads, and it not bother me, right? A little bit like when if you've ever done it, if you're at a Superman stage, then you know that you're like, oh my God, I can't practice Superman anymore, it hurts so much. Similar thing, right? In my opinion. Some people don't care about elbow grips. Some people don't mind at all. The other one I don't like is arm grips, okay? Underarm grips, arm grips. I hate those. Anyway, elbow grip. So let's get started. Now, most people start with an elbow grip, though they're usually introduced to elbow grip is with a martini, or you guys know it's martini. I call it a Z. So it's this one. Yeah, that's where most people get that or introduced to an elbow grip, because you have a lot of other grips with the legs. So if you're wanting to start, that's the move I would start with, okay? It's a lower level, helps you understand that elbow grip, but you've got a lot of leg lock on the pole as well to support you. You can also do it with an elbow lock and still having your other hand on the pole, just to get used to it. So whenever you're doing an elbow grip, no matter really what move it is, you've got your other hand on, you can just keep squeezing here, getting used to this position, and then start to loosen that hand grip. So you're having to apply more weight through that elbow grip. And that's just going to increase that pressure and that feeling of discomfort without putting yourself, not at risk, I don't want to say risk, I don't think that's the right word, but without like shocking yourself too much, you know what I mean? So like, you know, if you just take it off, you're like, ah, shit, it comes down, and you just ungrip. Some of you just like let go of the pole. I know what some of you are like. So you don't really want to do that, okay? So you just want to start to loosen it up. If you can't, then you know your hand isn't too far away. But if you just whack it off, 1, you're going to spin, 2, you're going to pull off. Okay, so let's not do that. So once you've got used to the elbow grip doing like martini or dead feet, then we can have a look at doing like a skater pose as well. Skater pose is another one that I like to introduce it with. So this time with the skater pose, so whatever leg is on the pole, usually you have the same side hand high. So what we can do is put the elbow on instead, okay? And then I'm just going to support myself. You can have the other hand up high, hold to the shoulder. However, I would recommend having the hand lower, because if you are having the hand too high, you're going to feel like you're taking a lot of the weight. There's no way in hell you're going to let go of that top hand. So have it lower, so you're just using your biceps rather than your back, and then you can start to loosen the grip a little bit easier, okay? So from a skater, hook, pull, lift, just get used to this position, then start to release the hands if you feel good, okay? Another great way to start skater, and I would absolutely do that one first, before trying to do the pencil one that we're looking at today, okay? Reason why, because you've still got a leg on the pole, but obviously pencil, we are going through a bracket as well. So with a pencil position, when we're doing it with the pole, you'll want to make sure you've trained for this, okay? Trained for a bracket grip in particular, okay? And that means we're not pushing out with this one, we're pushing down, and you want to try and get that wrist nice and straight, okay? Not at an angle. That's where it causes more pressure. Anyway, elbow grip. Okay, so pencil, how are we going to do it? So we're going to get up, so we're going to go into like a climb position, but we're not pulling the hips in, okay? So I call it like a skater pull up, okay? So you get a skater position, you get your hips up, but we're not pulling into the pole. Once we've pulled ourselves up and we've maintained that distance, we can then go to hooking the elbow, okay? Well, actually, yeah, you can hook the elbow first. You hook the elbow and then go into bracket grip, whilst the legs are still on the pole. Still on the pole. Right, I'm just going to twist you because I feel like I'm going to go out of position. There we go. Oh, lordy. Oh, that would be typical, wouldn't it? I moved it in a good. That was in a good spot. I need to get a new holder for that. Oh, well, sorry. Hopefully you'll still be able to see. Right, so we're going to get up to skater pull-ups. So if you've never done skater pull-ups, they're a really great conditioning exercise to do. So you push with the shin, make sure the knee doesn't go past the pole. Both hands up, and then you can push off the floor and pull down, but don't bring your hips in. Such a great way to build that strength up and also work on keeping the hips away. Because so many times as a beginner, we pull up and we just want to grab around the pole. So that was such a good one to add to your workouts, okay? So once you've got up, we're going to place the calf around the front. Okay? But I'm keeping away. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to hook the elbow, and my elbow is at shoulder level. And you may just want to practice this position, and you can switch, yeah? So there's another way that you can get into that position and get used to keeping the hips away. I am actively pushing that shin into the pole. Now, once you've got that hook, okay, the other hand can come off. If you feel good with the legs wrapped around, we're going to place it down. And this is why you need that gap, okay? You need that hand somewhere to go. The hips are on, nowhere to go. So hook, hand on, and you're going to slide down and have your index finger pointing down, stabilize that wrist, and you're pushing down. So practice this while standing, so on your toes, hook. I'm angling that fist down as well. Think about doing like a leg lock. You know, you push the back of the knee on slide, point the foot down, create like the lock, same thing. Hook, point down, okay? Just creates a better lock for you. So hand down, racket grip, finger pointing down. It's not up here, shoulder is away from the ear. So I'm pushing down and just practice push, and just seeing if you can come right up onto the tippy toes and get used to that position, okay? Once you've got that, you don't really want to, well, I hyperextend, so I try not to lock my arm completely out. You want this arm as straight as possible. So if you hyperextend or have pressure to your elbow, have a slight micro bend, okay? And that will help you. So once we're up in that position, we're going to get in with those hands in the same position, okay? So here, up, hook, happy. Free hand, down, okay? So my hips are up, so I should be coming quite close to my knees, holding on and I'm pushing down. Then what I'm going to do from here is I'm pulling the shoulders down, okay? Imagine I'm pulling the pole down with that elbow, and then I'm going to slide the legs down as I push through the bottom hand. I feel I've got it. Then I can take one off, then the other, and you can cross your ankles. Bring your legs back up and wrap around. Slowly release the bottom hand. You can grab back on, hold on, step back down. So once I've got my hands in that position, slide the legs down because you're going to feel more pressure. And then that way, it's not so much of a shock. Rather, just take your legs off. And as you slide down, you can have control. So many times I see people just take their legs off and they end up swinging back and then bashing themselves into the pole. So just do everything with control. So the more you slide down, the more you're going to feel the grip. And then the more you feel like you've got the grip and you're like, yeah, I've got this, then you can release the legs. I like to cross my legs. It's just a habit that I like to do. You don't have to. You can do what you like with your legs. Okay, but I just like to cross and think of being as tall as possible. Squeezing my butt. Yeah? Does that make sense? Does it help? Hey, good morning, Tanisha. How you doing? Hey, Amy. How you doing? Hey, Natasha. Hey, Caroline. Hey, Gina. It's good to see you guys here. So that is your elbow grip pencil. And like I said, there's so many elbow grip moves. Actually, a lot of moves that you may have done as like your foundations, you could now develop and try with an elbow hook. Same with like doing cup grip. You may even, no, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't really work on twisty, but elbow grip, as that's what we're focusing on today. A lot of moves you can do from that. And I think doing moves that you already can do well in a normal grip, okay, whatever grip that may be, trying an elbow grip because you already understand the movement. It's just one arm that's hooking rather than the hand. That hopefully will help you develop your strength and skill set using an elbow grip. Okay. Tanisha says, I dislike armpit. I just can't. Yes, armpit grip. It's one of those things, isn't it? Sometimes, like, if the pole's in front, I'm not too bad. Taking the pole behind for things like Rocket Man. Do you guys know what Rocket Man is? Or Yogini? Oh, I hate it. I can do it, but oh my god, it's not through. I'll teach it through teaching purposes. I don't generally put it into anything that I do for fun. Oh, cool. Awesome. It's clear. Fantastic. Excellent. Okay, cool. Oh, and I just got to say, massive shout out, guys. I know I usually take my phone with you, but I've only got two now. So a massive welcome to Amber and welcome to Christina who has joined us, because you guys, I think we're like, oh my god, the mass of the chopper is now included. You're going to jump on board. So welcome, guys, for joining us on the mission and joining the membership. It's great to have you with us. Make sure you join the members group, okay, because that's where we're going to support you the most. Is the Facebook group. So the link is in your portal. Anyway, shut up about that. Go and enjoy your day. Go and try that out. Even if it's a variation, just get practicing. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.